A dying man's declaration is admissible evidence in court, but Ambrose Harding was far from dying. He was, in fact, a very lucky man. Had the bullet entered his back a little lower and a bit more to the right, it might have smashed his spinal column. Even had it missed his vertebrae and the posterior rib cage, it might have passed through a lung to shatter one of his anterior ribs and exit through the chest wall, in which case he'd have undergone immediate surgery and would at this moment have been in the intensive care unit, with a respirator tube sticking out of his larynx, another tube draining his chest, and yet more tubes intravenously feeding him dextrose, water, and blood. Instead, and because the bullet had entered his back, high on the left shoulder, missing the scapula and then only fracturing the left clavicle on exit, he was now on the hospital's orthopedic floor, his left shoulder immobilized in a cast, but otherwise only mildly sedated, and feeling pretty good, all things considered. The detective who spoke to him was Steve Carella. They had tossed a coin to see who stayed at the scene in the rain, and Meyer had lost. Meyer sometimes suspected that Carella had a coin with two heads, but even when Meyer called heads, Carella won. Maybe Carella also had a coin with two tails, or maybe Carella was just lucky. Ambrose Harding was certainly lucky. He told Carella how lucky he was, and Carella, who had informed him at once that Chatterton was dead, assured him that he was lucky indeed. "Tried to kill us both, that's for damn sure," Harding said. "Stood over me with the gun in his hand, aiming for my head. Pulled the trigger 3 times, standing over me like that. Thing was empty, otherwise I'd be dead." "How many shots were fired altogether, do you know?" "I wasn't counting, man. I was running." "Tell me what happened." "We were walking along. That's what happened. Talking about the concert." "What concert?" "George done a concert at a hall on Culver and 8th. We were heading uptown to where I parked the car." "What's going to happen to my car, man? Am I going to go back there and find a parking ticket on it?" "Tell me where you parked it. I'll make sure it isn't tagged." "It's in front of a pawn shop on Culver and 12th. I'll take care of it. When you say a concert, George done a concert." "What kind of concert?" "He sung Calypso. You ever hear of King George?" "No, I'm sorry." "That's George Chatterton. That's the name he used. King George. I'm his business manager." "Used to be, I guess," he said, and shook his head. "What time did the concert begin?" 8:30. "And when did it end?" 11 or so. Time we left the hall, it must have been, I don't know, 11:30. Had to get the bread, say hello to some people." "How much did the job pay?" $3.50. I took 50 as my commission. He was left with the 3 bills. "In hundreds?" "Yeah." "Okay, go on. You left the hall at 11:30, something like that. We were walking toward the car, raining like a bitch, talking about the concerts, when all of a sudden somebody cuts loose from the building there." "Did you see the person shooting?" "Not just then." "When?" "When he was standing over me, trying to kill me. I'd already been hit then. I was laying flat on the sidewalk." "Was he white or black?" "I don't know, man. I only saw that gun pointing at me." "How about his hand? Did you see his hand?" "I saw his hand, yes." "White or black?" "Damn if I know. All I saw was, first I saw his boots, black boots, and then these skinny pants legs, and then I looked up and saw that gun pointing at me." "Was the hand around the gun white or black?" "I don't know. He was wearing a black coat. The sleeve of the coat was black." "And the hand?" "I don't know, man. All I saw was that big mother gun looking me in the eye." "How big?" Carella asked. "Big, man." "Are you familiar with guns?"